So hey guys, welcome back. So in this lecture I am going to explain how you can switch from manual testing to the automation testing. If you are planning to get a job in the automation testing and if you want to be the automation tester, then you should know the few points which I am going to explain in this video. If you follow these steps, then easily you can switch from manual testing to the automation testing. So if you are a manual tester, I know you have done a lot of regression testing, functional testing, you have written a lot of test cases, and that is very good if because you have the knowledge about the what is the test case, what is the regression testing, end-to-end testing, sanity testing, smoke testing. You are aware about all these concepts. So you are aware about all these testing concept which will help you in the automation testing also. I will explain why. Now let's get started, like how and what are the steps to follow to be the automation testers. I am going to explain each and everything, and if you follow these steps, definitely you can switch to the automation testing profile easily. Yeah. Step number one, you need to learn the one of the programming language which is supported by the automation testing tool. Now, every automation tester have a knowledge about the programming languages. Every automation needs to write the automation script by following the technical programming languages standards. Yeah. So you need to learn a programming language which is supported by a automation testing tool. There are many programming language and supported by the one tool. You need to learn at least the one programming language to switch to the automation testing tool. There is the Java programming language, Python, ASP.NET, PHP, Ruby. There are the multiple languages and you can learn at least the one programming language so that you can work and write your automation script using the automation testing tool. So the first concept is that learn and be the strong in a technical programming language. You no need to learn the programming language as the developer know, but if you know at least 60 to 70% concept of the programming language, then you can think about to be the automation tester. I personally prefer you start with the Java programming language because the Java programming language is easy to learn. And in college times we have done some programming trainings also, and we have learned few syntax about the programming languages C, C++ and the Java programming language which we have in our semesters. So you can start with the Java programming language. If you don't know about any programming language, then first you need to get the training for the programming language. Now once you are strong in any programming language, then you can think about the which automation testing tool you want to select. So you can select which is in the trends. Okay, because if you learn these tools, you can get easily job in the IT sectors. So for examples, so the Selenium is the best automation testing tool as of now, and most of the IT industry are using the Selenium WebDriver as a automation testing tool. So any automation testing tool you can learn easily. Step number 3, design your own framework. Yeah. So once you are completed with the Java programming language or any programming language and you have learned the Selenium WebDriver API concept, like how to handle the windows, how to handle the frames, and what is the actions we can perform, what are the basic syntax, what are the locators in the Seleniums. If you have learned all these things step by step, now it's time to design a framework. Yeah. So basically you can start with designing the page object model framework. You can learn the page object model framework and you need to design the page object model data driven frameworks, and basically we call as the hybrid automation framework. This is the combination of page object plus a data driven automation testing framework. So it is the hybrid automation framework, and you can learn, you can design from the basics. And it is very easy to design the automation testing framework using the page object model and the data driven testing. Yeah. Now if you have designed the framework, now you know the basic structure of the framework. You have created the structure your own. So if you don't know how to create, you need to get the training first about how to design the automation testing framework. Step number 4, prepare for the interviews. Now select the test 20 automation testing interview questions. Yeah, and prepare for these interview questions, how to give the answers for the interview questions. The interviewer will ask you to the testing concept. The interviewer will start asking the questions from the programming languages. So whatever programming language you mention in the resume, they will start asking questions out of that. Then they will switch to the automation testing. So which tool you have worked. So if you have worked on the Selenium and if you know the knowledge about the Selenium, they will start asking the basic questions of the Selenium WebDriver API. Yeah, and then they will come to the framework part. So you can give the answers. I have designed the framework, and this is the structure of the frameworks, and how I read the data, how I follow the page object model concept. You can explain these things. So step number 4 is the prepare for the interview questions. Step number 5. Step number 5 is that update your resume correctly what you know about the automation testing. So whatever tools you know about the automation testing, you need to mention all these tools in your resume. Prepare your resume with the automation testing tools, programming languages, framework, and uh, mention that you have done the automation testings for the regression test suite or for the functional test suite. Then upload your resume on naukri.com or any job portals which will help you to get the calls from the companies. Yeah. So now once you get the call for the automation testing, keep patience. Don't be panic. Okay? And do the revisions what you have learned. Yeah. Start with your interview questions. Basic. You need to prepare again. You need to revise your interview questions. You need to revise your programming languages concept. Basically, in the Java programming language, they will ask you the OOPS concept and the collection framework. So you revise all these things. Yeah, once you have the call for the automation testing profile, then revise your framework. You need to repeat the same steps for every course. And after the 3 or 4 interview questions for the interviews, you will become strong to face any automation testing interview. Yeah. So keep patience, do the practice. Without practice, you cannot learn the automation testing. Yeah. Now, how I switched from manual testing to the automation testing. I work as a manual tester 3 years. Yeah, I was doing the regression testings. Then I joined the one institute we call as the Q Spider. I did the training there around 3 months. They started with the Java programming language, then they switched to the Selenium WebDriver, then they switched to the framework designing part, and I got the idea. Then I did my practice on my laptop, and I start writing the code. I start writing the test script. I start automating the small level test cases, like how to log into the Facebook, how to search on the Google. Yeah, so if you follow these steps, you can definitely switch to the automation testings. And if you have any questions, you can comment me. And if you like this video, subscribe my channel and like the video and share the video.